Right.
These are the finalists, huh? I guess.
You want to start from the bottom, work our way to the top?
Yeah, let's do that.
Bijon Robinson.
How?
I think if he was on a different team, like a Michigan, Ohio State, maybe a Clemson, even Alabama, he'll be higher in that ranking. Because he would be able to put up better yards.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Especially if he was with a Clemson. I mean, not Clemson, a Michigan. If he was with a Michigan, that's already got two running backs that's eating everything up. Imagine what he'll do with a Michigan.
Yeah.
The way he's running for Texas.
Yeah. Good point.
I think Bijon Robinson, Texas is not bad. And I think I don't know, man. I just think the way they handle Bijon Robinson, man, they should have leaned on him a lot more. Put it to you that way.
Okay.
Yeah, they should have leaned on him a lot more. Bryce Young, I think the losses is what's killing him.
Yeah, because there are 2 losses, right?
Yep, one to LSU and the other one to Tennessee.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah.
If he would have won those 2, he'd be sitting on top of the mountain.
Yeah, because I was wondering because I mean his stats are on par. I mean, it's better than Bennett, isn't it? I know it's for sure better than Stetson and Michael.
Way better. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
If he didn't have those 2 losses, Bryce Young would be in the rank. He'll be up there.
Yeah.
He'd be between number 1 and number 2.
Okay.
Michael Penix Jr., I think it's just the team that he plays with.
Another one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I mean, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was about to say, what about?
I was just say I don't know, man. Just put him on a different team. Any team. Give him any team that's in the current playoffs or that's in the top 8. Any team. Put him on Clemson. A lot of this rankings is definitely sold on teams and if you're a quarterback. Because we know the rankings is nothing but for quarterbacks. That's all it really is for.
Yeah. You see what's name's not in no more. He's missed it. Because Blake Corum was in it.
Yeah, but that injury hurt him, which isn't fair.
Yeah.
Which isn't fair.
It's not
fair.
One game.
Yeah.
And it is. The thing with that is too, it's and I guess I'm gonna sound like a homer because I'm trying to defend my damn team, but I would feel like it's not like that Saturday it was a runaway Heisman winner. That's the thing.
Yeah.
See if it was like, okay, this is the guy. Doesn't matter what happens. But like I said, Williams' performance wasn't that impressive. You know?
Yeah.
See Stroud, he laid an egg. Max Duggan doing his thing, but another one, it's not, none of these stand out to me. Nobody stands out as a clear-cut favorite. So it's kind of like, oh, damn, you're not in the run because you missed the game because you hurt. But he's been a monster all year. All year. And it's towards the end of the year anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So, but
and that's what teams fill in the box.
Yeah.
That's what teams feel about. That's why I've said the Heisman odds is not set up for the Heisman odds, for one, it isn't set up for the best player in the country. It's just set up for the best quarterback in the country. And in the Heisman odds, in the Heisman race this year, there was no solidified person that really grounded it. Like Bryce Young grounded it last year. Devontae Smith grounded it last year. Who else did it? Like Baker Mayfield solidified it for himself. A lot of them did that, and and they held it down and they kept it like that.
Well, truth be told, the NFL is the same way. They it's the MVP who goes to a quarterback most of the time.
Yeah, true. Yeah, most of the time, but at least you still get that, person put out. Maybe a defensive player get a shot. Maybe.
Well, you have to be Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not Lawrence Taylor, I could even think. What's another? You know what? Not even what's the name one? Aaron Donald. He didn't win the MVP. He get 99s in Madden, but can't win the MVP. So
which he should have.
He should have. He really should have.
That year he should have. Yeah, that year he put the Rams on his back.
God damn, he did. You know, he was a monster. It's you're right.
It's the same thing with this one, man. Like Blake Coleman put Michigan on his back. That's all they've been doing all year round is been running the ball.
Yeah, JJ stats have not been impressive at all.
Oh,
until
no.
the Ohio game, was this week 12? All year, he's been riding it. They've been riding him, and he's been leading. So, but you know, and then he's hurt. I don't believe he should be out of the discussion, but you know.
Oh, he's out. You ready to see they updated it? It's the same thing, and that's why I say also like Michael Penix Jr. What he's doing at Washington, he did the same thing at Indiana. But that's you know, Stetson Bennett. Look, I'm gonna just give my little 2 cents about this, and you know how I feel about Stetson. I think a lot of people. Stetson Bennett is look, hell of a guy, great attitude, no quit. You can't tell him what he can't do. That is great. You know, everybody should have that mentality. Somebody said you're not good for this, go out there and prove him wrong. He's been proving it. He's a national championship winning quarterback. He's done it. But capital B-U-T, he is not like a very impressive quarterback. You know, yes, he was a walk-on. I do believe he should have been ranked a little bit higher than a walk-on when he came out of high school, but he was a walk-on. It's just that when you start seeing him asking, take the ball down the field, do this and that, he throws in double coverage, he overthrows it, he leaves it hanging up in the air too long. Like you got a 6'7" tight end of a monster, and you still throw it 10 feet over his head. It's impossible. This guy's 6'7", just throwing the ball. He's not that tall. You know, I mean, he's tall, but he's not too tall for you not to see him. I don't care like how short Stetson Bennett is behind the offensive line. This guy's 6'7". Most offensive linemen are 6'5", 6'6". You're going to see that 6'7" line tight end out there can catch the ball. Like, you know, I think Stetson Bennett. I give him this. He definitely improved on what he did last year.
Yeah,
he can get mobile. He can read it. He can read the defenses better. He's understanding the game faster. But you know, is he gonna play college football again next year? He got the chance to. I just don't think he will. I think it'll be best for him to go ahead and just move on. But you just don't know what you're gonna get out of Stetson. You know, you're gonna get that Stetson that played in the Oregon game where he was just. I was like, God, dog, man, like where did this Stetson come from? And then you get the rest of the Stetson, what you've seen all year. It's like, okay, yeah, you had that one good season. All right, here it is.
He's just
here goes Stetson.
The quarterback that's reliable, makes the right decisions, doesn't make too many mistakes, but he doesn't flash you. He's not flashy at all. So he's just a quarterback that's just reliable. And you know what?
He's reliable.
With a team like Georgia, that's really all you want. I mean, you got look at. I'm about to bring my boy back into it. Look at Russell Wilson. You got the defense yelling at his ass. What's his name? Purcell. Like, do something. Let's go. You know, when you go 4 and out, that puts a lot of pressure on the defense. So, you know, Georgia's defense is superior. So, I mean, you know, back up that defense, and you got somebody that's not flashy, you know, I don't think he has the biggest arm, you know, from what I've seen. And he is, game manager. There we go. Perfect.
Yeah. School bus driver.
There we go. Yeah, that's like at one point when they try to say about Alex Smith when he was with the Chiefs. You know, like he's like, you know, a game manager. And then, you know, and that's nothing wrong with that because there are a lot of quarterbacks a la and the guy that I was wrong about, you know, but we'll you know, give it some more time. Zach Wilson he can't make the reads. He can't make the plays. So, you know, so there are quarterbacks like that. So there's nothing wrong with like a Stetson Bennett on your team. Nothing wrong with that. No wrong with that.
Yeah, and I think it's good for him. I mean, he'll get invited to New York, but I don't think he'll win. But you know, congratulations to him on that achievement. You know, for somebody who's a walk-on, he's definitely a good story. It's definitely a good story.
You can look back and say, man, if he doesn't even make it to the NFL, and if he does, he could be like, it was a hell of a life. I mean, you were in college. You're with the number one team for 2 years in a row now. I mean, and if he does decide to come back next year, I'm pretty sure they'll be number one again.
Yep.
You know how it is down there in Athens. They party. So, you know, he's with them frat boys, doing all those parties and all that. So, hey,
He
he's
probably
young,
ain't
man.
even got to be with them. All he got to do is walk into the bar.
There you
Drinks
go.
on. That's it.
Look back on his college life. It's been a hell of a life. I got a ring. He might,
Yeah.
unless they run to Michigan. They run to Michigan. They ain't getting no ring. But, but nah, hell of a life, man. I can see it. Hey, good for him.
Yeah. All right, CJ Stroud, a top 3. How do you feel? Tell me what you think about CJ Stroud.
I just don't like this dude, and I hate that I don't like him. You know, because I wanted to. You know how somebody you want to like, but you just like. I don't like him.
Yeah.
None of him. So it's not personal. It's just his game I don't like. I do not like him. I don't think he's. I've watched. Okay, so I watched enough games. I don't think he's poised. I do think he makes enough. I think if you rattle him, he makes mistakes, and I think he gets in his own a lot. You know, it's like that old saying. You know, shit rolls downhill. You know, instead of being mentally disciplined, and that quarterback was just being mentally disciplined. You saw it in the Michigan game. So, and there's a couple other games like that this year. You know, again, it's kind of flying under the radar because of Iowa State is this monster, blah 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 blah. But his game, again, I just don't. We'll just stick to the Heisman. Yeah, as far as this year, nah, man, he blew it with Michigan. I said when we did a prediction a couple weeks ago, I didn't think he should be number one. I would have took Drake Mays, or I would have took Blake Corum. Hell, I would have even took Stetson Bennett. Shit. But nah, I don't. Where he's at right there, he should drop a little bit more. Well, because is he better than that? I mean, he put up more numbers than. Well, we gotta look at the numbers again. From an overall game perspective, I just think Ohio State has been they just been not lucky. They just haven't looked dominant all year. You know, to me, and CJ Stroud to me is a part of that problem. So.
And that's if you want, talking about numbers, like CJ Stroud overall, he's 235 completion, 355 attempts, completion rate is 66.2, 3340 for yards, touchdowns. He has, what are we looking at? Touchdowns. He has 37 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and his rating is 176.2. But now check this out. Who do you think is the number one quarterback passing leader offensively, just passing wise, out of all these quarterbacks that we have on this list? Who do you think is number one?
Penix or Bryce Young?
Michael Penix. And this is why I say this is what goes back to, if he was on a different team, he would be a lot higher.
Penix. I figured it would be him. Yep.
He would be a whole lot higher. He has a 66% completion, 330 attempts, 330 completions, 500 attempts, yards, 4,354. Touchdowns, 29 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 155 rating. Like he's just, but again, he's where he's at. He might have a shot to really shock some people in the draft if he decides to go this year.
Yeah. I agree.
And then these last two, Max Duggan.
I'm glad he's getting his respect.
He's getting it.
Yeah, I'm glad he's getting that, because he's been leading that team. So hey, got no problem where he's at. But I don't. Again, between him and Caleb Williams, it has to go to Caleb. Well, it doesn't have to go. Like, hey, pull up their numbers. Let's pull up their numbers.
All right, so Caleb Williams, he has 268 completion out of 407 attempts, 65.8 completion rating percentage, 3,712 yards. Touchdowns, Caleb has 34 touchdowns, 3 interceptions with 168.5. Max Duggan, on the other hand, is, where did I have you at, buddy? Oh man, done lost him that quick. Oh, there we go. All right, so Max Duggan, 220 completions out of 330 attempts, 66.6 percentage rating, 3,070 yards. He has 29 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 171.3 rating.
Okay, so it's not off by a lot.
No.
But would it come down to what the conference again?
It's the yards. It's his yards.
Okay.
It's his yards. That's the only thing. He has 3,000 yards, and then Caleb Williams has 3,712. It's not that off. It's not off much, but like I said, it's also Caleb Williams plays for USC Trojans. He plays for the Trojans. This is why I say it comes down for Michael Penix and Max Duggan. It's all about the program that they at. If Bijon Robinson in Texas would have had a better year, he would be a lot higher than that ranking.
Again, I go back to my other argument, man. I just don't. None of these, nobody's had a standout year to me. So, but it always comes down. I'm assuming towards the end, and but I definitely still think Blake Corum should be in the running. But yeah, hey, it's Caleb's to lose, man. Caleb's to lose. If he plays well against Utah, he'll solidify it for sure. He'll be the Heisman winner.
Yeah. And for Caleb Williams, like I said, all he has to do is show up. Show up in that. That's all you got to do is show up in that Pac-12 game. Don't do nothing stupid. He can have the same kind of stats he had against Utah because he looks flashy on the field.
He does.
He's flashy. He looks real flashy. He's like Caleb Williams. He's like Baker Mayfield or what's that kid that was at Texas A&M that went to the Cleveland Browns and just flopped.
Johnny Manziel.
Yeah, Johnny Manziel. He's flashy. He can. And he keeps plays alive. Like if it's crumbling, he keeps plays alive. He just does a lot of stuff.
I wonder if Busnay played like that, he'd be, you would feel a little different about him. Stetson Bennett. Because like I said, if he was more flashier, and a little bit more, flamboyant with his game, because I saw he's flashy because that's what people like, put just attention on him, but there's really no attention on Stetson because he's just doing your job.
And with Stetson, when he tries to get flashy, he's flashy when he's running. But running and throwing is different. Caleb Williams can run and throw. Stetson Bennett he's not. I don't think he has that. I don't think he has that moxie to be able to do something like that. Now he's a gunslinger, and he has a lot of confidence in himself that he can do the job. No more. He feels as if he can outbeat anybody that he plays against. It's just that he gets out there, you start seeing these. How did you not see this double coverage? Like it's plain sight. People on TV, people that are sitting at home from the couch can see the double coverage. How you couldn't see it? It's just those type of decision makers that he does that makes you be like, man, what the hell? Because in the first last year, I was not sold on him. I was like, bench this guy, sit him down. Why are we taking this chance on him? Sit him down. Put put the other quarterback in since he's healthy. You know what I mean? But they kept riding with Stetson Bennett. Everybody circled around Stetson Bennett and they supported him, and we won a national championship. And you get in the same situation here. It's just he's a quarterback that he will not make too many mistakes for you. The thing is that I'm glad we got Todd Monken because for him to scheme up that type of offensive play calls with what we're working with, we don't have no elite wide receivers for Georgia. We just don't. And for him to still manage to scrape that up with the tight ends and running backs and Stetson, oh man, he needs another bonus.
Yeah.
Get that man another bonus. Get him a bonus. Shit, for real. For what he's working with, man. But until we've got Caleb Williams at this point, like we said, all he needs to do is just come in there, show out. He'll be in there.
That's it. That's all he got to do.
Yeah.